cause or the nimitta karana. The third is the instrumental cause or the sahakari karana. Each effect has all these three causes. In Vedanta, Brahman is both material and efficient cause at two different levels. Material cause is Ishvara with supreme consciousness empowered with Maya. Matter is also Ishvara. The efficient cause, the creator of the effect, the world, is Brahman. The third one is instrumental cause, which is karma and its manifestations. For creation, Ishvara needs karma, that is adrishta. The world created with all karma and Ishvara does not have any karma. This is the theory. If Ishvara is the creator, why did he create different types of people, trees, and creatures? The reason is that there are many types of karma. Each karma creates different jivas. Those are called sahakari karana or instrumental cause for the changes. Now we have three causes. Material cause is matter, efficient cause is conscious being, and instrumental cause can be both consciousness as well as karmas and all other inert objects. According to Vedanta theory, karma is inert and not conscious. But consciousness is reflected in antakarna, the mind, and then karma works out according to the manifestation. Upadani akhiladhare. Upadana is the material cause. Akhiladhare, that which is the support of all. The material cause is the support of everything. This means that the material cause is being created as objects. Like the clay is the material cause of the pot and other vessels. All these vessels are based on clay, the material cause. Similarly, in that Parameshwara, the supreme self of all these worlds and the manifestations are seen. When we say that the supreme consciousness is manifested in different manifestations, we do not mean the actual manifestation. What we mean is that all these forms are superimposed on that supreme consciousness, which is our own self. In that supreme consciousness, Sarga, Sthiti, and Laya, the creation, existence, and dissolution or destruction are superimposed. Therefore, when we contemplate on our own self, we feel all the happiness inside. The happiness that we see outside is only the manifestation of the mind. The thought process. When we think about ourselves, we do not feel that we are the ultimate cause of this creation. By learning this, we should practice to experience that our own self is manifested in different forms that we see outside. It is not only this body, but the whole creation, the whole universe is created in the self. Now, there is no more a need to experience the outside world other than ourselves. Sarvam khaluvidam brahma. That this is why it is said Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. One who knows Brahman becomes Brahman. This is because Brahman is the base of everything, and if you know Brahman, you know everything. So, Sargasthiti Layan Yanti Budbudani Varini. Budbuda is the bubbles. These bubbles appear in water. Their existence is only in water. And they disappear into water. They have no separate existence other than water. Similarly, everything is only Brahman. Whatever we see as our own existence is like water only. The bubbles stay for some time and then it changes and disappears. It is all enjoyable, but it has no existence. Without reality, it gives enjoyment. When we enjoy or feel pain, we feel that the place from where we get this pain and pleasure is real. That is the problem. We give reality to this empirical world, that whatever happens here, if it gives us pleasure or pain, we feel it is real. Samsara is love and hatred or attachment and non-attachment, and all other emotions, anger, guilt, are connected to that. We are not ready to think beyond that. We have the mental power or capacity to go beyond that, even as we are enjoying this. For example, while we drink water, we enjoy the water. But while drinking water, we can also think that this water is an appearance of H2O. We can think this without any change in the process of drinking water. You now remember and you know the reality. That is all. Here, you're applying your mind in different levels. The problem is that we only see the outside changes and gestures. We do not see what is happening in the mind. Our mind is so conditioned that it does not go beyond this practice. Now, we have to change this practice. That is all. While drinking water, remember that it is made of H2O. I see it as water and it gives me that taste. Whenever the mind gives enjoyment, feel that it is coming from my Atma only. It is coming from inside and not from outside. Outside objects are only supportive cause as they are only appearances. Similarly, what we experience is our own self. All other objects appear just like the bubbles. They can only appear in the water. They are unsteady, unstable, and ever changing. Shloka 9. The next shloka again discusses the nature of Brahman. The eighth shloka says that Brahman is the material cause. This means that it is the same inside and outside and everywhere. It cannot be separated from what is manifested and is always there, immanent with the manifestation. So the nature of that Brahman is Satchitananda, existence, consciousness, and bliss. Existence, consciousness, and bliss cannot be separated. So where there is existence, where there is consciousness, there is bliss. We have existence with with our body and without our body. We have existence with a physical and mental body. We know outside objects, we know mental functions, and there we experience the consciousness. When we go into deep sleep, there we experience our own pure consciousness without attributes. When we experience the existence of consciousness in deep sleep, we experience happiness also, the bliss of ourselves. The blissful state of consciousness that is Brahman. At different levels for different objects, we experience consciousness. When the mind is relaxed, we experience happiness even from a cup of tea. Similarly, with all other material experiences, physical and physiological experiences, with our sense organs, we experience this bliss. That is the ultimate cause of creation. Therefore, we are unable to experience that. Now, if the tea had no existence, it cannot give you taste or enjoyment. It has an existence, so it gives you enjoyment. When you see a full moon, its existence gives you some bliss. Your mind is relaxed. This happens to whoever sees this. Even an angry person feels relaxed. It happens because it seeing it, the mind relaxes. Of course, to know existence, we must experience consciousness. If somehow we could experience our own core existence from where our thoughts are produced, imagine what can happen. We will be always in bliss. It is not that you will not be constantly, it is not that you will be constantly laughing. Laughing is a manifestation of happiness inside. You will feel the bliss inside. That is the nature of Brahman, Satchitananda. Hari Om.
श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये Namaha. Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Tapo Pikshina Papanam Shandanam Vitaraginam Mumukshunamapekshyoyam Atmabodho Bhidhiyate. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Namo Narayanaya. In Atmabodha, we have completed up to the 8th sloka. So there was a short discussion on Karanas, Upadana Karana, all the 3 Karanas. Now, in all Vedanta, when we see another interesting point, now I have to say that is why there is a discussion of the creation. What is the need of this creation? Now in science, we want to know everything physically. We want to know the material cause of the creation. So the people are trying to know what is the original cause of creation. So all normally the science, the physics, all the physics and other scientific research go to this way to find out the material cause of the creation. So they have some purpose. If they could know something about it, they think that they can solve many problems and they can recreate it, modify it. So with some purpose, they are after it to know the original cause of the creation. Okay, so we have all learned this. So what happens here in Vedanta, when we study Vedanta, at least few of us may think that this Vedanta is also talking about the creation as the science talks. There are some similarities. Of course, there are some dissimilarities too. But it is not correct. Vedanta has no seen purpose of this creation or understanding this creation. Vedanta has only one purpose, that we should know ourselves as Brahman. It means Brahmatma Ekatva Jnanam. So to know Brahman as our own self, Brahma Atma. So this self, this individual consciousness is not at all different from the universal consciousness, the cosmic consciousness. Only this is the purpose of Vedanta. Now, to fulfill this purpose, in order to teach us this concept, Vedanta talk about creation. Just to teach us what is Brahman. So in order to teach, the Shastra needs some help to prove how this all-pervading Brahman is all-pervading. How this all-pervading Brahman is all-pervading. And how this Brahman is the indweller of all beings. How this Brahman is the Brahman is interpenetrating all creation, mutually interpenetrating. So Vedanta wants to teach this. For that purpose, Vedanta takes the methodology, the process of creation. Or we can say directly, Upanishads takes the creation method as the medium of teaching. It's only a medium of teaching. Okay. Then what happens? According to the need, according to the teaching, it changes the process. That is the difficulty here. So when you see different Upanishads, there are some variation in the process of creation. Although the basic method is the same, but some variations are there. Why this? If there is a one creation, there is one creator, there is one material cause, there is one Brahman, why there is a difference in creation, the methodology of creation? The reason is this: the whole creation teaching of creation is just to make you convince that this creation is based in Brahma. That's all. Once you understand that, you say, I got it. Yeah, this is what I wanted. I got it. I know this now. Whatever is created is Brahman only. So then immediately Shastra says, so then you forget the creation. There is no meaning for this creation. The whole teaching is in vain. Because as soon as you understand the real point of teaching, the rest of the teaching is useless. It's fit for forgetting. So this is the trick. No, now I'm talking about the trick we use in Vedanta. If you know this trick, you can be a good teacher in Vedanta, because this is the trick. So therefore, in some places, we loudly talk about creation, giving much emphasis on this process. But in other places, we hardly talk about creation, hardly give any respect to creation. We just deny whatever is created. We say there is no nama, rupa, nothing is there, no name, form, no kriya, nothing. So then normally students, they doubt what this teaching is all about. It means we are not understanding it. Actually, you are correctly understanding. Your understanding is correct. Because we want to change the theory of creation in each mode of teaching of Vedanta. We don't want to stick to one method. So this only the practiced teachers can understand. This is the trick used in all Vedanta. So it is clearly said in some of Upanishads, like in Mandukya Kariga, when you see, it is clearly said. And in Bhashya, Shankaracharya Bhagavad is saying many places. So the problem is, other philosophers, they take the theory of creation very seriously. They think that when you know the theory of creation, then only you know something. Otherwise, you don't know anything. as when we study all this science and all those, no? So if you don't know anything about the creation, what is happening here, then what do you know? You know nothing. So after this is what happened, no? After learning Vedanta, people say this person is good for nothing, because because whatever he studied, he's going to lose that. He's studying with so much strain to lose it. So it's very difficult. So no, there are people say, no, when no, in the schools and colleges, the teachers, they say, no, students, they are not respecting us nowadays. Students has no respect for teachers. No, all they complained all this. Once I asked a group of teachers, you see, it is very easy for us to understand what you are feeling, what you are having in the problem. So then they asked, what do you understand? Because I said, I am also a teacher. So I am teaching Vedanta and philosophies and like that. But you see, in our teaching, we say there is no respect is given to a person. If you give respect and you praise a person as a embodiment or personality, that is wrong in our philosophy, because you are seeing only the outside structure. Okay, what we respect is, we respect the teaching, the theory, what is thought. So we respect that. So only to get that knowledge, the students, the shishya, they approach the teacher, because only from his mouth he can get that knowledge. Because of this reason, he goes to the teacher and respect him, do some service, and get that teaching. So we are not worried about the respect. Now, as a teacher, we don't have that gurudom. So if somebody respect is okay. Otherwise, because we are not respecting our body and all the physiology and psychology. No, we all say this is all the manifestation of Brahman. It's all manifestation of Maya. So it is bound to change. It has no reality, and which has no reality. How can you say you respect it? No intelligent person will say you respect the snake, what is seen in the rope. Nobody will say that. No, we will not say the elephant which was there in the dream. It was you see it and you love it. We say you love the elephant outside. You should love animals outside. But what is seen in the dream, it is not fit for respect or love. So this is the difference here. So therefore, the whole theory which is being discussed here is to bring that all-pervading existence to your mind, to get you that idea. No, let it come to your mind that whole creation is based on this existence and consciousness and bliss, Satchidananda. In order to bring that, we talk about material cause, instrumental cause, supportive cause, efficient cause. No, we talk about all this. Actually, it's all just for the sake of learning. Because there is only, if at all there is a cause, if at all we can call that reality as ultimate cause, it is only one cause without a second. And that cause to changeless. Now, you see, how can a cause manifest in many forms without change? This itself is self-contradictory. If you say the cause is there and cause has no change and it is also cause, how can it happen? So because the problem is this is the trick there. Because the cause is not actually a cause. It cannot be a cause. Because changeless object cannot be described as a cause or as a anything which is changing. So now you see, we say Brahman is consciousness and we feel it as awareness. Now, what is the experience of consciousness? If somebody asks, what you say? How you experience the consciousness. The consciousness is experienced as awareness. Right? Otherwise, how can we say I am conscious about my thoughts, my mind? It means I am aware about me, my thoughts, my mind. Now, how many awarenesses are there? You never you never thought about it. How many awarenesses are there? Huh? It cannot be proved many. Awareness is one and the same. The object of awareness is always changing, constantly changing, repeatedly changing. But the awareness is the same. Now, when Vedanta says the Brahman is awareness, consciousness, and this consciousness created this world. So what do you understand by that? No idea. You will get, you will not get any idea of this. Because if you understand the consciousness, you cannot say consciousness created this world. And if you understand what this world is, materially you understand it, then you will not accept that this material world is created by consciousness. So the all confusion will continue long time. You will not find any answer for it. How this is coordinated, how this is connected. So therefore, today you must receive this point of Vedanta, that whole discussion of creation in Vedanta is to bring that one existence, Brahman, to your mind. So what you know by awareness, to change that awareness into all-pervading awareness, all-pervading Brahman. It is all-pervasive. So this is the purpose of all this discussion. Okay. Now, with this, we take up the 9th sloka. See the 9th sloka. Satchidatmanyanusyute Nitye Vishnu Prakalpitaha Vyaktayo Vividha Sarva Hatake Katakadivat. Sat Chitatmani Anusyute Nitye Vishnu Prakalpitaha. Satchidatmani. We know this already. The Atma, Satchidatma, the essential nature of Atma is Sat, existence, and Chitta, consciousness. So Sat and Chitta. and also Ananda is there or Ananda is there. So now here, because this is in meter, in word, the sloka. So therefore, that the Ananda is not added here. It is emitted to complete the sloka. So Satchidatma, it means Satchidananda Atma. Satchidatmani Anusyute. Now this Satchidatma is Anusyuta. So this is a word used in Vedanta frequently. Anusyuta. It's a Sanskrit word. It means Satchidatma is interconnector of all beings. Anusyuta. Syuta means connecting. No, it's Satchidananda Anusyute. The interpenetrating, that's called Anusyuta. Mutually interpenetrating, interconnecting, mutually connecting. So that connecting thread is Brahman. So we are all connected. The whole creation is interconnected, correlated by this Brahman, Satchita Ananda. In some existence, it is manifested as consciousness. And in some substance, it is not manifested as consciousness. So where the consciousness is not manifested through mind, so that being is called inert, unconscious, without life. You understand this? The existence and consciousness is all-pervading. It is there everywhere. But in some being, in some substance, it is manifested as consciousness. Like in human beings and all other living beings. So living beings means they have mind. If there is mind, the consciousness will manifest. If there is no mind, it cannot reflect, it cannot manifest, but it is there. It cannot develop itself as a reflection. So those beings are called inert, so without life, the lifeless being. So Satchidananda is Anusyuta everywhere, all pervading, and it is interpenetrating, interconnected. So Satchidanande Anusyute, and how it is Nitye. It is eternal. We can say only Satchidananda is eternal. Nothing else. So, eternal means it is not liable for destruction. It is not a subject of destruction. Before the creation, it was there. And after the so-called destruction of the creation, also that will exist. So before the creation, it was there, and after the destruction of also it will exist. So there is no absence of the Brahman Satchidananda. So there is no absence of the presence of Brahman. So that is called a Nitya. And one special thing about self is, self cannot be denied. It cannot be destroyed, that's for sure. But it cannot be denied as well. If we want to deny ourselves, is it possible? We can deny others, physical body and mind and intellect and ego, everything. But we cannot deny the self, the existence. So, in this way, Atman is undeniable. Therefore, it is Nitya. You cannot change it. You cannot destroy it. You cannot even deny it. So, now there is no need for any other proof that Atma is eternal. So, what can be denied? It cannot be eternal. So, what can be what is the subject of destruction? It is not eternal. The long living is a different story, because each object has its own life of change. In this empirical world, when we take different objects, they have different lifespan. Now, if you see trees, they have a long life. It's amazing how they live. So many trees, they live very long. 200 years, 300 years. So interesting. No, last time, I remember that last time when we went for trekking, walking from Uttarakashi to Vaishnavi Devi. So you remember I announced my program. So what happened on the way in a village, we reached by the way in a village. There suddenly I saw a thick forest, and then a board of the forest department. It is written, a temple of tree. No, the board was there. So we were walking on the path, trekking route. So in the right side of that road, we saw a board. The board was temple of tree. So I astonished. What is how they made a temple for tree? How it is possible? So I wanted to know. So immediately I entered to that the way there inside, and went at least maybe 200 meters inside that forest. So we saw a temple made for trees. So we inside the temple, all cut pieces of trees are kept. So there is a big board. All stories written there. How it came, and it's a temple of this tree. So there they found the oldest pine tree. Oldest pine tree, the age of that tree was 262 or something, 262 years old. Pine tree was there. only couple of years before, storm came and that tree fell. So the forest people felt so much love with that tree. So they made those the trees, pieces, cut into pieces, and made the temple for that tree. That's the story there. Very interesting. It may be it's a unique thing that maybe only in India it is possible to make such a temple there. So that all the pieces of that wood, it's there, and they have made some stories, and something is some puja or some performance is happening there. So because that tree has many stories to tell, so therefore they kept it. So that tree had some connection with the royal family. Somebody came there, or king or queen or somebody came there, and then some stories are connected because uh, very interesting thing. So this is all happens. So even in that tree, this existence and consciousness is there. It's not manifested as we have awareness of ourselves, or we have awareness of our mind, we have all these activities and like that. It may be different, but even the trees have this existence and consciousness. So that is Satchidatmane Anisyude Nitye Vishnu Prakalpitaha. So Vishnu, you know this word Vishnu, Bhagavan, Lord Vishnu. But here the Vishnu means Veveshti iti Vishnu, the all-pervading Vishnu. Is not the Vishnu who is abode is Vaikuntha. It's not that Vishnu. It's also Vishnu, but here the Vishnu is Brahman only. Veveshti iti Vishnu. Sarvavyapi, the all-pervading consciousness is called Vishnu here. The real name of that consciousness is Vishnu. So in that Vishnu, all these are prakalpitaha, superimposed. These appearances of all this are in that Vishnu by the effect of Maya. Now, how in that consciousness all this appears? By the effect of Maya. So when you understand this, you can deny, you can remove the effect of Maya. As soon as the effect is removed, there is no appearance different from you. So now whatever is appearing, you feel that this is different from me. It is an object. I am the seer. I am the receiver. I am the enjoyer. But actually it is not true. This is all what we see is a projection of Maya on Brahman, upon Brahman. So in this way, whatever is projected, superimposed, is not real, but it appears to be real because we have so much of vyavaharam and so much of connection with those things. Therefore, it appears to be real, but it is not. So therefore the word prakalpita is used. Prakalpita means it's not actual, but it appears like that. Only it appearance. The word means prakalpita means imagination. Here we don't say imagination because imagination is mostly connected to mind. You imagine by knowledge also. But here it's just appearance and superimposed on the base of Brahman, based on of your own existence. Now in this case, Vyaktayo Vividhaha Sarvaha. So then you see many differences, varieties of things. The Vaktaya means individuals, different manifestations with different names, different forms, different activities. And there are different karmas too. Vaktaya. Vakta means manifestation. What is manifested is called Vakti, Abhivakti, or individual. And the opposite of this word is Avyakta, unmanifested. So now it is manifested, it's appearing. Before, the pot was not appearing in the clay. Now the pot is appearing in the clay. That's all. So only the appearance gives separation or different name and forms. Now, how this appearance gets so much reality in our life? We have to contemplate on this. Why we give so much reality to these appearances? Although we know everything is changing, nothing is stable, dependable, all life and the objects what we see and experience is undependable. It's very difficult to believe. No, then why you give so much reality to all this? What is happening? You think about it. This is the real contemplation. Then you will get the point. You will see that I am seeing some purpose. I have some purpose. So I am giving the reality, giving the reality to that. I want to believe this is real. No? You just think about this. If you see an object and you don't believe that object is such, you see a mango fruit and you don't believe that this is mango, then what would happen to you? So we want to believe that this mango is sweet and I can enjoy it. So you are giving the reality to that. So this is how it is happening. And when you love somebody, you want to believe, you try to believe yourself that this person is good and this person is very lovely. He will be loving me. He will take care of me. He will or she will or no. That relation you want to build. You don't think this is false. So we are used to that because we have some purpose. So whatever is appearing is this manifestation, what is manifested, vividhaha, sarvaha, all the, no, there are various forms, innumerable forms, vividhaha, sarvaha. So we give reality to this. Now, you see a beautiful analogy for this. You will all understand. And how Shankaracharya ji finds this no, illustrations, analogies. So he says, Hatake Katakadivat. Hataka means gold. Kataka means bracelets and other ornaments. Kataka Adivat. So now you will understand all this story. Huh? Only gold is there. But you don't take gold as gold. You take gold as ornaments. Gold as chain, gold as necklace, gold as bracelets, gold as earrings, nose rings, or whatever. So you don't want to take gold as gold. So this is the problem. So you give more reality to the form of that gold. And this way, sometimes gold is forgot because you are not aware about gold. So when you see the rate of that ornament, maybe in lakhs, when you see the rate, the price of that ornament, then you think, oh, this is made of gold, therefore it is so much, it has so much praise. So this is how it is happening. So you have some purpose with the ornaments. There is the modification. You don't have any purpose with the gold. So gold is only, I can say the gold is the reality there, but you give reality to the ornaments because that is, that has some purpose. And the pure gold in liquid form or in another form, it's useless for you. So therefore, this is what is happening. So we give so much importance, so much reality to the appearance of manifestation. So Vedanta says, you please try to understand this. Your life will change. Your whole understanding will change. Only Vedanta can teach this. No science, no other no teachings can change your mind this way. So here, as I said in the beginning today, here we are seeing some purpose, and then we want to understand everything useful. We don't take if we know something is useless. Here the problem is whatever we take as useful, worth of keeping, worth of learning, is made worthless, useless after that. So you learn first, and what you are learning? To make everything useless. Useless means there is no reality. To prove that, we are learning all this. Now, is it correct or not? What do you understand by today's my talk about this point? Is it correct that if we try to learn very well, thoroughly, and prove that this learning itself is unreal? It's meaningless. Is it possible? Huh? If it is possible, if you can accept this, then you will become a real Vedanti. Because understanding for the sake of understanding is not taught here. Here the understanding, here the learning is to remove whatever you learned, to change whatever you learned. At last, the experience of thoughtlessness, the experience of what you say as experience of self without ego, without intellect, without mind. It means those are there. They are doing their activities. But you will not accept this is me. I am not this. I am beyond that. So for this understanding, we learn all this. Therefore, you see here also what it is said. The Satchidananda as the gold, the base gold. The modification is the ornaments we see in different shapes. The sincere student will try to understand what is the cause of this, what is the reality of this. So he will understand the gold is the reality. All other manifestations, what are there, is only manifestation for a limited time. So the whatever is there for a limited time, it's bound to change. So the change is part of this creation. And we know that change can happen only based on an unchanging substratum. Change can happen only on changeless substratum. So this is what we discussed in last Adhisthana. Because the gold as in origin, the original gold, the metal gold, has no change, seemingly no change. I don't say it has some chemical changes in that. But compared to the ornaments, the modification, we can say gold has no change. So this way, ultimately, all the changes merge into unchanging base. ultimately it should happen like that. So that is the base as the self, Satchidananda. So this is one way of knowing this spirit, this truth, how it is unchangeable. So now, today we have learned the real form of Vedanta, which says only one reality without a second. Without a second means whatever seen as second and separate entity from the base is only a manifestation. Manifestation means it's only a superimposed manifestation, an effect of Maya, because it will change. So due to Maya's effect, it can change in many, many forms for many, many years. Therefore, don't believe in any object that it will stay the same forever. Everything will change. And when we relate to a person, we should think that this person now we have a good relation, but this person can also change after some time. No, he cannot stop. Nobody can stop it. It is not in our hands. It's bound to happen. It's a process of life. So everything will change. So this change, the knower of this change is the reality of this creation. That is Brahman, that is Atma. So because we are aware about all these changes. So when we pursue what is changing, where we end? Now you say you take any of changing an object and try to know what it is, how it is changing. According to science, ultimately you will reach to the material cause, the ultimate material cause of that object. So according to the science, that is the process. You may reach atoms, particles, and quantums, and all those, whatever. But if you apply same thing to yourself, if you pursue yourself, where these changes are taking place, from where it is happening. So you will see that physical body is changing, and the mind is changing, prana is changing, intellect is changing, ego is changing. All these are changing. Now what is not changing? What is not changing? You are not changing because you are seeing all these changes. The changing object cannot see the change in that. Huh? The changing, what is changing? It cannot see the change, because the seer of change should be separate from that which is changing. Okay, if the destruction cannot experience the destruction, because destruction is being destroyed. You understand this? it's very interesting, no? So if you want to see the destruction cannot see the destruction, because that is being destroyed. So only the seer, separate from that which is being destroyed, can see the destruction. So therefore, the changing object cannot see or understand what is happening, because that object is changing, is in the process of change. So it cannot compare because how we understand change? We understand the previous form and the after form. Only who can see both sides, the last form and the present form and the future form, or the last form or what is happening now, only he can say that change has happened. It is changing. You see a change in your body, because you see you had seen your body previously, and now you are seeing the change. Now the previous body cannot see the change, no? Can that body see? No, because it is changed and gone. This is something else. We know so many millions and millions of cells are being created and destroyed, no, in our body. Now, what is this body? It's all cells, no? Made of cells. Trillions of them. And they are created and destroyed and created and destroyed. This is what is happening. Now, those cells cannot see their existence and their destruction and their creation, nothing. They cannot see anything. Only you can see it, because you are different from those cells. So this is what Vedanta says. Okay. So today we could only cover one sloka, because we went with this the theory of Vedantic, all the Vedantic tricks used in teaching. So it's good. Sometimes we have to take up such points. There are so many other points. It will come in between whenever the subject is related to that. Okay. So good. You practice this and meditate on this. Hari Om. Yes, if I can take one question, if anybody has.
Hari Om Swamiji, I have a question.
Welcome.
Today we discussed that the creation is for the purpose of realizing the Brahman. But at the same time, we have learned the creation is based on the past karmas, and also in the creation it is to exhaust the prarabdha karma. So I would like to know how both statements can go well. If there is no prarabdha karma, then the first time the creation will not happen with the past karma.
No, I told you, no, I am contradicting my own statements. Not only me, the Vedanta itself is contradicting its own statement. You can see even in one textbook. From the beginning, if you see, there are so many contradictions. So the contradictory statements are compared. No, there is compelled is called Vedanta. So you will get so many contradictions. So I am not responsible for that, because this all philosophy is like that, and this all world is created like that. So when we talk about how this tea is made, okay. So when we then we say, so tea has some water in that, then tea dust and milk, and no, if you add sugar, sugar is also there. So all this combined and boiled in a particular temperature and in a process is called tea. So it has some color. Before it was all different things, and now then they are together. It has different color and different taste, and everything is there. Okay. So now, if somebody wants to know what is this tea is all about, then what would happen to him? Now he has to separate all these ingredients in that. Is not? He has to separate, then only he will understand how this tea is made about. Asa, when you separate milk, you separate water, you separate sugar, you separate tea dust. Now there are 4 things. Now any of these things, as any of the quality of tea, they have their own qualities, right? So, but they don't have a what is a synchronized quality. What you say, the quality or the taste of tea. You cannot find in water. You cannot find in milk. You cannot find in sugar. You cannot find it even in tea dust. So now, when we explain this process by scientific theories, we can say, because when we mix all this and we heat that thing, what is the mixer, then the chemical is produced and it has so many changes, and this thing, that thing, everything we can say. But actually, what is happening there? What is the reality of that? The reality is all the 4 ingredients are separate. They have different qualities, but when they are together, it's seen something else. They produce something else. Now the production is, we see the product as tea, but we cannot say that is real. The reality is something else, because the ingredients are different. So this is the trick. It is there in all the subjects of discussion. If you see biology, there are so many tricks. You see physics, there are. So in all the subjects, all the teachings and philosophies have these differences. So it means the manifestation cannot be understood completely through manifestations. Manifestation can be understood by its cause. So now, what is cause? What is manifestation? What is effect? So this has to have some connection. So that connection is discussed here, that's all. And that connection is not real. Therefore, it cannot be said like that. It cannot be said like that. So this is how we understand this theory. Now, when we say how this body is created, we say there are so many ingredients. The karma is also one of the reason, one of the cause. It's like that. So it is changeable. It is changeable. It means karma has its reality related to the creation of body. But karma has no reality when it is related to, when it is being related to Atma, the self. Okay, so T has reality. It is a separate, it's an object. It has some taste and some reality, but it's not in relation with milk, not in relation with water, not in relation with any of the ingredients. So this is how it is. It has some reality, but it's not related to Atma. Related to Atma, only Atman is real, nothing else. Right? So you contemplate on this. Your questions are very good because normally we think about this. No, when we were studying, we were students of Vedanta. You don't believe. We were 4 or 5 studying with our Guruji. We used to sit in the room after our class, the night for like 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the night, and discussing how it happened, what would be happen, why this Atma is the cause of the space, how it can be possible. So long discussion. Drinking some water, tea, we used to sit like that. But it's as a part of learning. It's very good to put all these questions and put our thoughts on this. But sometimes you have to understand the reality. Therefore, I am not bringing all those technical things, or what I called it now tricks, to I am only bringing one by one. Because if I bring all this, it will be so heavy for you. You will not take it. You could not take it. So, okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hari Om. Complete this. Om Purnamadaha Purnamitam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Nara.